A sinkhole suddenly appeared in northern Siberia. This 115-foot deep hole popped up after some weird explosion that threw dirt and rocks almost 395 feet away. Since then, 2 more mystery holes have shown up in the area. People first thought it might be connected to digging for fossil fuels, since it's not far from the biggest gas field. But the search team's radar scan suggested it was probably a natural thing. The first research trip wasn't too successful because scientists couldn't get inside and take samples until the hole's sides and the water at the bottom froze. Scientists have been wondering about what caused these holes, and the ideas varied from space rocks hitting the ground to rising temperatures on Earth. One researcher suggested that the eruption had occurred due to the accumulation of pressure. A temperature decrease is often accompanied by alterations in the volume of specific chambers. These chambers contain methane. Such craters are specific to the Arctic region. Few other areas share these particular features. They all have table-like ground ice situated close to the surface, continuous permafrost saturated with methane, and unfrozen ground. Speaking of gases, a geologist suggested that the sinkhole might have been caused by gas hydrates. These gas hydrates are also thought to be responsible for mysterious happenings in the Bermuda Triangle. The Yamal Peninsula, similar to the Bermuda Triangle, has been a place known for unexplained events. Here, residents even claim to have seen the abominable snowman. Sinkholes can pop up out of nowhere. Some are massive enough to gobble up whole buildings. They happen when rock under the ground, like limestone, starts getting dissolved by the water it contains. As the rock melts away, these big holes, or caverns, start forming. When these caverns become too much for the land above to handle, bam! The surface caves in. Ice is melting like crazy. The Arctic is warming up way faster than the rest of the world, so ice sheets and glaciers are shrinking. As these chunks of ice melt, they pour fresh water into the oceans, raising sea levels and making Earth's crust sink. During the last ice age, those massive ice sheets pushed down on Earth's crust, making it bend and sink. When the ice started melting, the crust began to bounce back. But now, the ice is melting too fast for the crust to keep up. This sinking situation creates a dangerous loop. As land goes down, more seawater creeps in, causing more erosion and flooding. What about other parts of the world, such as China? It hosts the deepest and largest sinkhole on the planet. This sinkhole is 2,165 feet deep and holds a crazy amount of space, 130 million cubic meters to be exact. They call it the Heavenly Pit, and it's not just big, it has its own mini ecosystem. 1,285 different plant and animal species can be found there. There's an ancient forest and a thick jungle of plants in there. This formation is a double-nested sinkhole with 2 craters connected by a sloping edge. When it rains, a waterfall shows up at the mouth. It feeds an underground river and cave network. When you look down from space, you'll see these deep, dark marks on the green landscape, like a footprint. Some suggested that these formations could have been left by a meteorite smashing into Earth. Others said it had taken about 128,000 years for water to carve them out. It could have snuck into underground rivers and worn away the limestone rock. It turns out, locals have known about this place for ages, but the rest of the world only caught wind of it in 1994. British explorers tried to map out its underground cave system, but it's like a maze down there. After 5 tries in a 10-year span, the team couldn't handle the rushing river and had to throw in the towel. So, this deep, mysterious underworld remains one of China's biggest geological puzzles. The next one is Crveno Jezero in Croatia. This is a huge, mysterious pit. It's not like a regular lake. It's basically a giant hole that formed when the ground collapsed into what was once a massive cave. The walls are super steep and have this reddish tint because of iron in the soil, which makes it look pretty wild. Inside, there's a deep blue lake that's incredibly clear, but also super cold. What's really cool is that it houses a unique species of fish that's only found there. Plus, the water level goes up and down because of an underground stream. It's a bit of an adventure to explore the lake because it's surrounded by sheer cliffs that can drop rocks without warning. Let's shift our gaze to Venezuela's Cima Humboldt. This is a colossal sinkhole hanging out in a flat-topped mountain. This beast of a hole plunges down 1,030 feet. You can find an entire forest at its base. It's home to many plants and animals that only live there, like a unique frog called Stephania rei. In 1974, people went on an exciting trip there for the first time, and they had to cut down trees so that helicopters could come and pick them up, kind of like something you'd see in an Indiana Jones movie. The second largest blue hole on the planet, known as Tamya, which translates to deep water in Mayan, is in Mexico, and that's where we're going. This underwater marvel was uncovered off the shores of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula in 2021. But the deets about this sinkhole have just surfaced recently. It's 900 feet deep, with the sides so steep they're almost 80 degrees. The entrance to this cavern is about 15 feet below sea level. Blue holes like Tamya are these natural wonders formed during the ice ages. When the sea level was way lower, rain and other natural elements eroded limestone, creating these deep, vertical shafts. Then, as the oceans filled back up, these holes got submerged, turning into the mysterious blue holes we see today. They're called blue because the deep parts are darker than the shallower waters around them, making them look striking from above. Despite being low in oxygen, which usually makes it tough for sea life to thrive, blue holes are bustling with unique forms of life, especially bacteria. They're also gold mines for scientists because they can preserve ancient fossils in conditions you wouldn't normally find elsewhere. The team that discovered Tamya used scuba gear, sonar equipment, and water sample testing to map out the blue hole and study its water chemistry. They found that it was not just deep, but also massive, covering a surface area of 147,357 square feet at its widest point. This discovery was made partly thanks to local fishers who had been whispering about its existence. Now, scientists are diving deep into its secrets, hoping to learn more about the unique ecosystems that blue holes can host, and how they might give us clues about handling climate change and preserving marine life. Another spot is Daan's Blue Hole. This one is just off Long Island in the Bahamas. This underwater wonder goes deep, reaching 663 feet. The massive blue hole is surrounded by rocks, a lagoon, and a pristine white beach. Daan's Blue Hole isn't just a pretty sight, it's a hotspot for freediving enthusiasts. People come from all over the world to take the plunge into its crystal clear depths. There are multiple passages branching off from the main blue hole, leading into intricate cave systems and mysterious underwater rooms. It stands out also because it's the second deepest blue hole in the world, falling just behind the Dragon Hole in the South China Sea. This place is a big deal in the scuba diving world, especially since a swimmer set a world record here by diving 331 feet deep on a single breath without any fins.
That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.